Hello, my name is Omarion and I'll be performing Monologue 1 from Bars and Measures. I had two brothers coming up. First one was Darrell. He was a rough dude, excitable, a lot of fights, didn't hold his tongue. If we were playing ball in the street and the window got broken, his attitude. Should have put that window there. My dad put him in martial arts thinking that would help him control his anger. It did a little, but mostly it just made him more confident in his ability to punch your lights out. And Darrell was not somebody you wanted to mess with, and I kind of envied it. I don't have a violent bone in me, but I realized that when you're always in the middle of things, you're in the spotlight. Action. Darrell wasn't bad, he was just active. I was never much of a fighter. I guess because he was always there to do for me. It was this classic big bro, little bro type thing. He liked jazz, so I liked jazz. And naturally, as much as he thought down about Juilliard, he was the first to get piano lessons. He was talking about how he was going to be the next Bach or Beethoven. Remember that character on Sesame Street? You know, the one who played the piano would get frustrated banging his head on the keys? Yeah, that's my brother. Of course, after a while he got sick of the lessons. I've always been an ear player. He went back later and learned to sight read, but at first he just wanted to play what was in his head and his heart. Switch to the bass, like that he could stand up. He liked how it felt. But me, I love the piano. You got all the keys there in front of you. The whole universe laid out there. And I like the scales and the exercises. The order part of music speaks to me. But my brother, on the other hand, I'm not saying he's trying to chaos or anything. He's a pretty particular kind of guy. But let's just say his first word is probably why, and his first sentence probably says who. And then one day, my second brother showed up. Bilal, the Shabazz. And some brothers go to Islam, that's just what they're born into. Some convert in prison, but Darrell converted for more political reasons. This is the black man's true religion. It links us to brothers all over the world and teaches us to stand upright. It didn't bother us. Not really. There have always been Muslim brothers around, you know. It's not like it was this radical thing. Malcolm X was a Muslim, he a black hero. Muhammad Ali too. But you know, we were raised up in the church. We weren't hardcore Bible thumpers or nothing. It's just what we consider the norm, I guess. So when he told us, again, we weren't shocked or upset or anything, but it's that feeling you get when you know that everything's about to be different. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessie Ottinger, and I'm going to be doing Monologue 1 from Hypeman. You remember when Paulette nearly threw that big pool party? Summer after you graduated high school? Paulette nearly. She went to St. Sebastian's, though, but was always hanging in the hood. She used to date Marvin and then Sean Darius. She threw a pool party, invited all of us from the neighborhood up to Irving Shores. All her preppy St. Sebastian Catholic school friends and a handful of us rusty ghetto motherfuckers. And thing about it, the St. Sebastian kids were wild. Way more ratchet than we were. Had us smoking all kind of greenery and drinking all kind of liquor. Oh yeah, and they were just blasting all things Dr. Dre. Chronic 2001 had come out and them St. Sebastian kids knew all the words. All of them. They were feeling themselves. We know more of it than you guys do. They kept playing that song, Deep Cover. Yeah, and you don't stop, 'cause it's 187 on an undercover cop. I can't believe you don't remember. And then around midnight, whoop whoop, cops roll up. The St. Sebastian kids blamed us. They said we brought the drugs and the booze, and we were the ones creating the disturbance. Suddenly them hats got turned back around. Wasn't no more 187 on a motherfucking cop, it was, I don't know, officer. Yes, sir. No, sir. One drunk kid, Steve or somebody, tried pulling some, "Don't you know who my dad is?" And instead of cracking Steve upside the head, cop grabbed Sean Darius. You don't remember this? The cop grabbed Sean Darius and cracked him. Then he said to loudmouth Steve, "You want to be next?" Steve did not want to be next, and they arrested us. You, me, Sean Darius, all of us. We spent the night in a jail cell. But your uncle the cop, he got you out as soon as we got to the station. The rest of us sat overnight in that nasty cell. Sean Darius needed stitches. You asleep in your own bed. That night I was in that cell and you weren't. That's when the light got switched. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sean Jones, and the monologue I'm about to perform is called Pinnacle. We never had a TV, the same TV, consistent. Buy an old one at a yard sale. After a couple of weeks, then one of my mom's friends would come over and steal it. 15-inch at a thrift store. One of my father's friends, piss drunk, would put their dumb foot through it, or punch it, hit it with the bat, or shoot it still. Keep buying these second-hand, third-hand, fourth, fifth. Had to have that TV. But me, I'd be in my little corner. Headphones, deep in the music. Now, if anybody ever touched my headphones, I didn't care how old or big or drunk they were. You're gonna catch these hands. You mess with my headphones, y'all would be like, you such and such last night. And I'd be like, nope. Check this out. These bars though, all day, every day. And I know these rhymes I worked on, it ain't like nothing you gonna see on no TV. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sydney Aslan, and I will be performing the second monologue from A Tribe Called Tubman. I have been called conductor, general, sister, mama. Moses was another name they gave me. The highest compliment. Also helpful because they were so sure it had to be a man, not some 5 feet and barely inches black woman. But if I had to be mistaken for a man, Moses, I don't mind. Splitter of seas, deliverer of stone commandments, hero of the Exodus. To whom the burning bush told, I have also seen the oppression. Moses. When we're told of a woman, I became she Moses, or the slave stealer. But it was them who stole African people, my grandmother, all across the continent. They say that's where it all began. Africa. That big, beautiful heart. They stole people, made them into slaves. I steal them away to freedom. Difference between stealing into misery and stealing away to freedom. Makes it sound like I come up for them in a steely night, which I did. There were other slave stealers for sure, but a lot of times those people were taken out, sold elsewhere, under the table, off the record. Whole business was just as lucrative as anything else, in the same way out west they steal cattle. That's how they thought about us. Broke apart my family, split up my parents, my brothers and sisters with no problem, not even a bead of indecision. So when I got free, I knew they should be free too. I came back for my brothers and my parents. I came back for so many. Preacher used to tell us running away from slavery was a sin. But something in us knew that didn't feel right. And I think he knew it too. But he had to say the lies in order to survive. He would get clever when he could, use code or metaphor. But most times, he told me straight up lies. And I'm sure that tore him up. And as a man of faith, knowing you have to lie in order to live, and he helped us do it. They say I liberated 70. Some say that's a lie. Too many. Some say not enough. It was illegal for us to read or write. Most of what really happened is faded away, up in the sky, only written in God's eternal ledger. Some turn to records, documents, first, second, third-hand accounts. People argue over those accounts. Sometimes there's just so much unknown in man like to play God, thinking he can invent in that emptiness. Unknown is a weapon. But truth is truth. You can feel it. And there is only one truth, shared in all things. Air, sky, wind, water, the songs, the laughter, the space between us, all of us. All of us here together. We have this little bit of time together, and I need to make sure y'all are ready. There's still more road to trod, and I know a lot about journeys. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Genesis Wells, and I will be performing Sydney's monologue from the Black Flag. Over the break, the winter recess, my whole family, cousins, aunties, we meet up in a Stone Mountain Park just outside of Atlanta. We have this tradition, the day after Christmas, we always go up there and have a picnic. It's real nice. Trees, lots of land, and of course, a big old plantation house and museum about the plantation house, where they tell you stories about the old times, how things used to be. And then there's Stone Mountain. There's an actual stone mountain staring down at you. And still onto the side of it, it has all the Civil War guys. Jefferson, Stonewall, Robert E. We grew up hearing about these guys like they're saints our whole lives. I mean, really, my family is not. Anyways, so we're at the park. And then there's this other family. Really, there's a lot of families out that day. But there's one that I kept overhearing. Two guys, really. One of them said that right there was where the Klan, they jump-started the Klan here. Like the Second Coming. They met there on Stone Mountain, and they don't share that fact with you in the old Plantation Museum. And these guys were talking about action, how these guys weren't afraid to act, and how Dylan Roof, they thought he was just some mixed up kid, and they don't agree with murder, but didn't he have some balls? He wasn't afraid to take action. I just wanted to go up in there and say a million things to them. But what really, really hit me was after Ruth killed all those people, they took the flag down. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Paige Hodge, and I will be performing the poem Harriet Tubman to Kanye West. My lights flash when my eyes squeeze. My head spins, I've been nodding since that headbanger blow to my dome. Since then, the sky known my name. I had bars too. Linked iron, hard knocks, wild, vivid colors when things went black. Misunderstood, I too operated along the edges, splintered, dead by winter. Some black folk thought I was crazy too. My exploits brought fear, but I died, pistol grip for the people I too wide, how cummed and maybe. I too had the audacity of free thought, the audacity to fantasize dark and holy fantasies outside the twisted white lines. They call me Moses. Rebel renegade, must stay teeth, must stay fighting the century to widen the breadth of choice. You got all the eras at your fingertips. You can push the culture at the press of play, can blend what exists to transcend like we took the worst parts and built portals. If we hadn't stepped up, we'd still be inside the intestines, blind and burning as we suffocate inside the bowels. But we crawled up from the crock pot's bottom. We did it for you. We risked removal. We endured, were chopped and screwed, distorted like a sample. Didn't have time to slow jam oppressed bodies close. During your accident, we whispered a message through the wires. Save this one. He has work ahead. You were spared, instrument. Bruised to never forget, always rewind. Listen to the voices on the track before saying a word. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Korie Crow, and I'll be doing Monologue 3 from The Realness. We got Lord Styles and Roy Perez. We see the pre-battle ritual of MCs coming to the stage, trying to look intimidating so they're ready to face off. The crowd is on fire, camcorders are rolling, tape recorders moving, everybody's amped. A battle for the ages is about to go down. The coin toss. Lord Styles calls heads. It's tails. Roy wants Lord Styles to go first. We hear the first beat as Lord Styles takes the mic. But then, the DJ stops the music. Didn't fade it out. Suddenly, stops. Hey y'all. Sorry, I got some bad news for y'all. Yo. Someone shot up Notorious Big. He's dead. I lower my camera. The sick thing, some people in the audience laughed. Others yelled Tupac's name. I start looking around. Cats are going nuts. The DJ keeps trying to galvanize the audience towards a moment of silence, but they've been here since the morning. They're pumped up on everything. They didn't come here for silence, and the Big E supporters are not feeling the lack of respect, and everybody in between just wants the battle. We're in a barn somewhere in Ohio. We're here to watch simulated warfare, and instead we hear of an actual death. We take it like some kind of spy versus spy comic strip, like one of them will spring back on his feet, dust off the gunpowder, and live to cut another album. The crowd argues, shoves, pushes, and finally, a blow is thrown. The stage clears as cops begin to do their cop thing, and we all stand backstage. Quiet. We hear the escalated chaos, and there's no doubt that everyone is thinking, I hope they don't come back here and kill us. I look over at Lord Style, and there are tears streaming down his face. He's not even trying to hide it. They rescheduled the battle for a later date, and we ended up driving back that night. We were quiet, Roy and me. We didn't listen to the radio or CDs, didn't talk about all the battles he had just won. We just sat there, thinking about these two dead rappers and who might be next. we couldn't listen to the radio, it somehow felt obscene. Since that night, I haven't been able to listen to a rapper rap about a gun or a bullet or a beatdown. It's created a bit of a challenge for me, but I'm reminded of that night. Wondering who might be next. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sarah Whitehead, and I'm going to be performing the Blueprint Monologue #1. The state of things across the nation. Hunger, starvation, aches and patience. I want to write about everything, really. The places we escape in, faces that every day take us, the faces that shake us, the spaces we love in, the places we run to, everything, really. But I want to have fun too. I have so many interests. I'm curious, Gia. When my pen touches page, onomatopoeia. You like that one? There goes fear, bang, out with doubt, whoosh. A tidal wave dousing fires out. Yeah, everything really. On my own, my mind roams. It floats like a leaf in the ocean. On my own, it feels like everything might be broken. Paige gives me focus, helps me travel in style. Don't travel in real life very few miles. My life revolves around a few blocks from the house where Dad died, where me and my son reside with neighborhood pride. All I do is work and mom and work, make lunch, drop off, pick up, force smiles, lose smirks, and search for best and worst, or better and least. At least I got the page to give my heart beats. I got the page to give my heart beats. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Valeria Romero. I am in the 7th grade and I go to IT Crestwell Middle School of the Arts. We've never had a TV, the same TV, consistent. Buy an old one at the art sale. After a couple weeks, then one of my mom's friends would steal it. 15-inch at the thrift store. One of my dad's friends, pissed drunk, would put their dumb foot through it or punch it. Hit it with a bat or shoot it still. Keep buying these second-hand, third-hand, 4th, 5th had to have that TV. But me, I'd be in my little corner, headphones, deep in the music. Now, if anybody ever touches my headphones, I didn't care how old or big or drunk you were. You're gonna catch these hands. You mess with my headphones, you'd be like, oh, seen such and such last night. I'd be like, nope. Check out these bars though. All day, every day. And I know these rhymes I worked on. It ain't nothing like you gon' see on TV. Thank you.
Well, thank you so very much for tuning in tonight. I want you to do me a favor. Wherever you are watching this, I want you to applaud these young people right where you are. Just go ahead, put your hands together, clap, make noise, because these are the young people who have managed to record their video, submit it in on time. I also want to thank the judges for doing the work of watching all of the videos and scoring them and taking the time to offer comments to the young people that they will receive at a later date. We really want to thank you for supporting all of these young people, and to the Nashville Repertory Theater as well in our Young Voices competition, the inaugural Young Voices competition. Well, we've reached that moment in the night where it's time to announce the finalists. So let's go ahead and do that. But first, I want to tell you when the finals are. So wherever you're watching from right now, join us right here again on Sunday, April the 25th. These young people, the finalists, will be performing their pieces live. live. So you don't want to miss that. It'll be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and we'll have first, second, and third place finishers for each division that night. So here are the finalists for our middle school division. That's right, 7th and 8th grade. These are your finalists: Jordan Rainey, Sarah Krim, Valeria Romero, Genesis Wells, and Alonzo Rhodes Jr. Those are the 5 finalists for our 7th and 8th grade division. And for our high school division, 9th through 12th grade finalists are Paige Hodge, Jessica Gilmer, Cameron Hukassian, Margot Boone, Omarion Legs, Korie Crow, Sarah Whitehead, and Jessie Ottinger. Those are the finalists. Please tune in to see those 13 young people compete in the finals. Tell everyone you know about this. Thank you so much for supporting these young people and the arts in your community. Be easy, everybody.